Okay. Hi. So for now, it's warm enough to do this outside, so while I can have blue sky behind me in these videos, I will. Let's hope it lasts a little while. We're gonna do shoulders, just like a quick 10 minutes or so. I know there's lots of things we can do for the shoulders, but we're just gonna do a couple little bits to give you something to do while you're on your computer, while you are at home. You know, so we're just going to start by little bits of isolated movement and then take that to a bigger, fuller movement. So for the little bits of isolated movement, we'll start with the right arm. You're just going to externally rotate. Think of just externally rotating the hand. So you're kind of pulling the thumb out. And then take that into the wrist a little bit. Take that even further by taking the forearm around a little bit more. You'll notice the elbow starts moving too. We're not keeping anything from moving. We're just going to try to move bit by bit and make sure we don't miss any parts. So bring that elbow into it a little bit more. External rotation. That's bringing your upper arm bone into more external rotation. Once you get it into that position, see if you can maintain that external rotation and just move your arm around a little bit. And for now, we're really trying to mostly be just moving the arm and not moving the shoulder girdle around a lot. We're going to get to moving the shoulder girdle too, but first you're just making some little motions. You can do little circles, you can go up, you can go down. To pay closer attention if you want to really be moving more the arm and less the other parts of your torso. You could put your hand back behind yourself and feel your shoulder blade. You could also put it up top and feel your shoulder blade. And as you're moving the arm in and out and up and down, you can see how much actual movement is going on in your shoulder blade, which means you're not getting as much movement between the humerus bone and the shoulder blade, which is where the socket is. There's nothing wrong with getting movement there too. We're just seeing what's what, right? Where is our motion? So for now, and your arm might already be getting a little bit tired because it's not used to moving, right? In this sort of separated way. We've still got the external rotation going. I'm feeling some muscles around my shoulder blade to kind of stabilize. They're working pretty hard right now just to keep that arm bone a little bit more isolated. And then we're going to take it just a little bit further. But before we do that, let's do the other arm. So just rest that arm down for a second. And even just already, see if you can feel the difference or any difference between the two arms or shoulders, maybe that side of the neck, anything that changed on that side, right? Even if this side feels less sticky than this side, just noticing that, okay? And then we'll do the same thing on the other side. So you're gonna start by rotating the hand. Think about bringing the forearm into that external rotation, the elbow external rotation, and the upper arm bone external rotation. Once you feel like you've got that kind of fixed in place, and it's not that there's not any movement here when you do that, it's just we're going to try to fix it there and see how much motion we can get with that arm really in external rotation. So try to take tension out of your neck. Sometimes when we start playing around with the shoulders, we go to, we freeze up in the neck. So try to keep that neck relaxed. Check in again. Is my forearm still externally rotated? How about my hand? How much movement can I get here? You can reach around if it helps you to feel your scapula and try to keep the movement kind of minimal for now. Up and down also. Down. You can feel it from the top. What kind of motion do we have going on up there? For me on this side, it takes a lot more to stabilize. I'm starting to feel like my core has to help stabilize. So it tells me that maybe there's some stickiness in here that makes me not used to just moving at the glenohumeral joint. Like maybe usually I move everything as a much more of a unit. So to kind of stabilize in here is a little bit of work for my muscles. Yep. Check that you haven't gone into a big rib thrust or chin thrusting out. You don't have to be sitting on the floor for this, obviously, right? You can sit on an exercise ball, you can sit in a chair, you can sit on your couch. Just kind of push yourself out to the edge of it so that you can sort of monitor your alignment and that you're not sitting back on your couch, moving your arm around like this, right? We're just trying to make sure we, and by sitting up this way, I also don't mean sitting up this way, right? We don't want to be adding low back or upper back tension when we're trying to actually mobilize the muscles of the upper back and shoulder. So if this isn't a sort of a restful position for you, then you could stick something underneath your butt. You could, again, sit on an exercise ball, sit in a chair. It's not super helpful to be doing mobilization exercise with a lot of tension in other parts of your body because you're trying to sit in a certain position. I'm comfortable here, so I'm sitting this way. Okay, taking a break. Feeling both of your shoulders, feeling your neck muscles. Check in with your back. Have you been holding tension in there? Maybe change positions. If you are sitting on the floor, you could get onto your knees. If you're sitting on a ball, just do a couple maybe tucking and untucking, anything. Just move for a second, shake it out a little bit. Then we're going to actually bring the movement into a little bit more of the shoulder girdle and even into the spine. So we're going to go for some rotation too. So we're going to go back to external rotation, hand, forearm, elbow, humerus bone, scapula. Yeah. And then I want you to kind of get out of the way, and as you externally rotate your arms, see if you keep on going and you don't stop your other parts from moving, it will probably bring you into a little bit of an upper back arch. Now, just like with the cogs in the other video, if you start feeling tension or stress down here, then you're not really moving the shoulder or the upper spine. You're more, this is more getting stuck and you're more going, okay? So think about rotating, kind of being slippery. As you externally rotate, does that scapula come onto your back and extend your upper spine a little bit? Maybe drop your chin a little bit. If you were to keep externally rotating and reaching out through that arm, it would even maybe pull you a little bit toward that arm. So see if you can let that happen too. So you're going to externally rotate, externally rotate, externally rotate until it actually starts to lift your sternum a little bit, drop your chin a little bit. And then go ahead and reach out through that arm. And you'll not only be extending up a little bit, you'll be leaning toward it a little bit. And then go ahead and take it even further, reach out and let yourself turn a little bit. And then come on back. Okay, and then let's do that again. External rotation, hand, forearm, elbow, humerus, shoulder blade, starts to affect the spine, drop the chin, reach out and turn a little bit with it. And then bring it back in. And let's just do it one more time and think about keeping your head looking forward. So if you can watch your screen for a second, externally rotate the arm, forearm, elbow, upper arm, shoulder blade kind of comes down the back. It'll slightly lift your chest, drop your chin. Again, if you feel this in the lower back, you're taking it too far, back off and drop your ribs a little bit. Reach out, 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 and then start to reach kind of back behind you. Let yourself twist along with it. Oops, you're supposed to be keeping your head forward. Yeah, and then reach down, and then come back. Okay, just feel how that feels for your shoulder and the whole right side of your back, maybe. I feel a little bit freer through that whole arm and that side. So let's do 3 times on the other side. External rotation, hand, forearm, elbow, humerus, shoulder blade. It's going to bring you into a little bit of extension. Drop your chin slightly. Reach out, out, out. As if someone's kind of pulling you by the hand, so that you'll even do a little bit of leaning over to that side. Okay, and then back. And then again, external rotation, hand, forearm, elbow, upper arm, woo, scapula, reach out, 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 out. Let somebody pull you by the hand, and let them start to pull you kind of back behind you and turn just a little bit. It's not big. We don't want to feel it in the low back. You might feel some core muscles kicking in just to stabilize you. That's great if that happens. And then come back. Yeah, what you don't want to feel is your low back muscles stabilizing right here. Yeah, not that they're not helpful stabilizers, it's just not what we're trying to do right now. So externally rotate, la, 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 reach, 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 turn. Let's try to keep the head straight ahead this time. Whew, that's a little harder for me. Pull that arm down. And back to center. Okay, and then just sit here for a second, see how you feel. How do your shoulders feel? Okay, maybe check your neck. One ear one way, one ear the other. Chin down. Lift your chin slightly up. Yeah, it's just a little shoulder warm up for your day. Hope you have a great one. I'm glad that it's sunny. Bye.